Though markets are doing pretty active in trade, but there's one stock which is mighty active, and it has actually crossed the psychologically very important mark which people have been following that stock on, and that is 1 lakh rupees. That's correct, 1 lakh rupees. One share is worth 1 lakh rupees as far as MRF goes. Sorry, it may have come down a little bit, but it did hit that mark in early trade. And Srishti is here to track the journey for us. Srishti.
Well, yes, absolutely. Definitely a day to mark, because MRF becomes the first ever stock in the Indian market to hit that 6-digit mark. And today we have seen MRF hitting above those levels of 1 lakh mark in the cash segment. But earlier, just a couple of months back, we have seen this particular stock going above that 1 lakh mark in the F&O segment. But for today, the stellar journey that MRF marks, so let's try to highlight what the company's performance over the year has been, because it has a very interesting history. They didn't start as a tire manufacturing company. It was back when the company called MRF started as a balloon manufacturing company, and then they entered into the tire space. And if you will see, these are the milestone over the years that the MRF stock has touched. Not just that, if you look at the price performance, given so many years, the sole reason why this particular counter has been doing so much well for all its investors, the stock never went under a stock split, no bonuses being given by the company, and that's one of the major drivers why you see that MRF is the most expensive stock in absolute terms in the Indian markets. Onto the sturdy journey and the ride on MRF, if you will see, the stock price has given a CAGR of 21% over the past 10 years, a revenue growth of 10%, while the profit has seen a growth of 3% on a year-on-year basis in the past 10 years if we track that. Other than that, in comparison to the peers as well, it has beaten some of the companies from the likes of ITC, L&T, Grasim, State Bank and Hindalco Industries. When we compare the performance with some of the other Nifty companies, then MRF stock price has definitely outperformed its peers in the Nifty 50 pack in the last 30 years or so. But other than that, if we look at the promoter shareholding, that has been stagnant, but over the years we have seen that growing from 25% of promoter holding back in 2001, then now standing at 28%. But nevertheless, MRF has given great return to all the retail investors as well, so definitely a day to cheer about.
All right, thanks very much for that, Srishti. 1 lakh rupees, just imagine